Hello and welcome to Corey and Kevin Talk About Nothing.
I'm Corey.
I'm Kevin, and if you're tuning in for the first time, what do? We talk about nothing, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Just talk about nothing. We're gonna talk about just nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
It's a little different than normal, but
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you're tuning in for the first time, make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button if you want to get notifications. We drop our new episodes every Mondays and Thursdays. We drop it, and then if you want to follow us on Twitter, it's Twitter is Corey and Kevin 1. If you want to email us at cktalkaboutnothing@gmail.com. Shoot us some ideas, some of your stories. We may read them on here, and
yeah,
you know what I mean, and kind of go from there.
yeah. If you were like, oh hey, ha ha ha, here's a funny moment that I'd love for you guys to share. Absolutely.
Definitely. I mean, you never know. I mean, we're open for anything.
Yeah, because what's different now, right? What are we not going to do anymore?
All right, so we're not, this trivia thing. We're not going to be playing that anymore right now. We're going to kind of just free flow things and kind of talk about it.
Yeah.
We're going to transition into some different things, right?
Yeah, I think we both came to a conclusion that we kept trying to reshape it and trying to polish this thing up, and it was just like, I don't even know if we're having fun anymore.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely.
Like, obviously we're still having fun talking about the moments, but I think that's actually the fun part. And
yeah,
at that point,
I hate being restrained.
Yeah.
I felt like we're asking ourselves trivia questions. I almost want to go into details and to stop myself. And then if I forget the detail that I want to talk about because it was funny because I had to stop myself earlier, I mean, it's just I felt like it held us back a little bit personally. But.
Yeah. So we're just transitioning into what our title is. Corey and Kevin Talk About Nothing. We're definitely obviously going to keep talking about sitcoms and
Well, of course,
and many other subjects.
Definitely. I mean, whatever we're feeling like, I'm gonna expand some of our knowledge on some of these sitcoms, though.
Expand your mind.
Expand your mind.
Oh yeah. Because
sure.
I mean, it still, I could be like, hey, dude, go watch this episode, and we'll talk about it.
That's true. Absolutely done.
Which, coincidentally, there was some homework that was done one-sided.
Absolutely.
For Survivor Man. All right. Oh, yes. Also, so the previous podcast when I decided that we were going to do Survivor Man, we later looked up what episode it is. Now I said, oh, it's episode 11, and you said it's episode 7. Right?
Correct.
Yeah. So we're both right, but Netflix is the only one that has it that way because they were long episodes, so they would have taken up an hour block. So the first episode is actually 1 and 2. The second episode is 3 and 4. See where I'm going? So I think it was the first 4 episodes were the long ones.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. Well, that's crazy. That's crazy that they count that way though, because I mean, why? So why does it's non-movement? I mean, there's not like two different entries. There's not two different like.
No, but if you were to be watching it live on TV, that's how it would have been broadcasted.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I think Lost did it as well on Netflix. They took the finale and something, and they combined it where it was in 2 different episodes live.
Okay.
Can't remember exactly what it was from Lost, but I know that they combined something. Oh, I mean, hey, and this is what gets really exciting about this whole Corey and Kevin talking about nothing. We have no agenda per se.
No.
So if we want to talk about Lost and get a little lost while watching Lost and talking about Lost.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness.
Which is funny on The Wrong Missy. You watched that one, right?
Oh yeah, I did.
David Spade and man, I really wish I could remember her name. I feel terrible. I should look it up because she was absolutely hilarious. If you want to look it up.
hilarious.
Or,
No, yeah, I'll look it up for you.
Okay.
I'll look it
So,
up for you.
absolutely hilarious. But anyways, within that movie, he gets on that airplane and there's Jorge Garcia Hurley. And I'm like, oh, man. I don't even think they referenced Lost either. I just
No.
know, like, if I ever saw the guy on the plane, I'm like, I'm in. Let's go. Let's go to the island, buddy. What does Jacob have in store for us?
Okay, so that actor is Lauren Allegra Lapkus.
Lauren Lapkus.
It's actually crazy because actually 4 names.
That's
it's actually-
interesting.
So it's it's because it's Lauren Lapkus, but is her name Dorothea in the show?
I don't no, Missy.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Yeah, wait.
That's what I was assuming.
There's
here.
a
But I'm
title.
just saying maybe there's like a longer name for it. You know what I mean? I couldn't remember, but like so literally on here it says Dorothea Lauren Allegra Lapkus. That's her full name on Wikipedia.
That is her full name.
So I'm just saying.
That's an intense full name. Now I have a long full name too, but
Well, actually, me, I do too.
well, actually, you have like a real long one.
That's like me. That's why it blows my mind. You know what I mean? I'm
Wait
like,
a minute, you're
what
like
is happening?
me.
Yeah, I didn't think there's anybody that has that many names. You know?
Right. There's others like me out there. Actually, yeah, they have like conventions every year. Hey, you got 4 names? Yeah.
Come on down. You
Yeah.
know?
I got 3 names and a surname. Check it out.
Yeah. You know, instead of being like Twins Day, you know, it's 4 Name Day.
4 name day. I'm gonna actually legally change my name so I could join that day. It sounds like a fun day.
It's gonna be fun. I just made it up. I'm the starter and founder, and you know.
Yeah, find a
I'll
good
be-
city
yeah.
for it, and then talk to their
Absolutely.
mayor, and they'll probably be like,
Uh.
"Guess what? 4." Yeah, It's like 4. I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's got. That's it. Actually, you have to find a mayor with 4 names,
Okay.
and then write that down.
I'm just, yeah. Yeah.
I didn't say log off. You know.
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
Well,
That's funny.
you know. Sorry.
I am gonna bring a little bit of attention. I don't know what we were talking about, but oh, the wrong Missy. Jorge Garcia lost. See, I brought it back.
You did. Absolutely.
4
Yeah, you
names.
did. That's impressive. Yep. Yeah.
Got lost on the 4 names. But
Yep.
lost. Goodness gracious. I had heard some
Oh.
rumors, some awful rumors of it being like a reboot. I'm like, no way. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
No. Don't ruin that. I mean, if you want to make like something different, but not under the Lost kind of like even name whatsoever or like anything like that, I would be fine with that. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, but there's no way, man. That
Yeah.
show, it is. Oh,
I
that is
have so many fond memories of watching an episode and being like, whoa, you know, like in-depth conversations because holy crap, this
Yeah.
is on like regular cable TV and my mind is blown. Like this subject matter is crazy deep,
yeah,
especially 4, 5, and 6.
Well, absolutely. That's why I wish I would have actually watched them live. I wish I was.
yeah.
You know, I heard about it. You know what I mean? But I think that I was just a little bit on the young side of like getting into that type of TV show at that point.
I watched the first 3 seasons on DVD, and I was live for 4, 5, and 6.
Okay, so I mean, I really wish. I mean, and I'm not saying I would have been too young necessarily, but at the same time, though, like nobody that I knew was actually watching the show. So I mean,
So that's important. My brother, he gave me for Christmas Lost season 1, and he's like,
Oh.
"I'm telling you, you're gonna watch it, and you're gonna be like, oh, let's keep going." And I think he was saying, "What's in the hatch?" And I was like, "What does that even mean?" And then I find out, I'm like, "Oh crap, what's in the hatch?" Little do we know, it's one of my absolute favorite characters.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you.
He's in
love
the
that
hatch. I love that
Sure.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so many fond memories and discussions that you could still have. Things that were never like actually finished. There could still be theories and things that you could discover inside of Lost.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, I have a Lost encyclopedia book that is a giant. What TV show has so much history packed in that has this? I mean, incredible. Incredible. Yeah. Don't wait till I'm dead. Then you can remake it. You can
absolutely.
Just wait till I'm dead, though.
Every 3 generations, you can make a movie.
yeah. That, I'm not gonna be so like, oh, it'll never be updated. It'll never need to be updated. But also, maybe it might not. It was perfect. And there's the haters that are like, oh, the finale, blah blah. And I'm like, no, I loved it. I thought it was Lost. You know what I mean?
That's true. I mean, I enjoyed that one more.
He's a hater.
No, I'm not a hater.
I'm not saying it was a perfect finale.
Yes.
Because I know what show has a perfect finale.
Which one? Tell me about it.
Same network. Wait, it's Breaking Bad. It's not the same network. I don't know why I said that.
That's I'm
I actually confused the heck out of myself. I was like, wait a minute.
You confused me too.
What's on AMC? No, that's not right. But Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad, that finale was... all right, so even the most boring episode of Breaking Bad was still interesting and absolutely well done.
Yes, 100%. I mean, the way that everything was brought together from top to bottom, the highs, the lows, everything in that show, every episode I think did something for it. Even with like Lost, dude, fantastic. I mean, fantastic show. But there is certain episodes, and the one that's widely spread.
Yeah, Nikki and Paulo.
I mean? Exactly. And Paulo. When those types of things happen, and it's funny because they actually set it up in the show, which is funny to me. Like when Paulo's going in there and he throws that in the back of the toilet. Okay, remember the bag?
Oh yeah,
toilet, when he went to the hatch. So then that's where he went. But you don't. If you don't realize what's going on, you have no idea. All of a sudden, that happens in that show. And it's the episode beforehand because they're setting up that episode, but it did nothing for anybody.
Yeah. And
I mean,
so guilty lost pleasure. Like I am a losty. I should have a Lost poster up too. Oh man,
we're saying we have to talk about it. I was gonna bring it up.
Oh yeah, it's definitely getting brought up. But I just had like an aneurysm thinking about a sweet Lost poster. Why do I not have a Lost poster? Anyways, I completely forgot what I was gonna say though.
You're talking about the Nikki and Paulo episode.
Yeah. So the Nikki. We had gone to. They had a Lost live event where you went to a Cinemark and they showed you. I think it was like a 10-minute clip of what was going to be the series finale. They answered a ton of crowd questions and all this stuff. And it just was like a really cool thing because it's like you're so like if you were a Losty, which I know you were, obviously not live, but still Losty. Yeah, there is no difference. A Losty is a Losty.
I've watched it 3 times already. I'm not saying,
exactly.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, yeah.
But like even just like a trickle of information is like, so it's just really cool to watch and everything. And they showed us that, but Nikki and Paulo is what they absolutely admitted, like we had some mistakes and then we tried to let's move on from those mistakes,
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
yeah bury those bastards alive and we'll move on.
They realized it at the end, at like 3/4 of the way through the episode, like, you know what, yep, we're just done, we're just gonna wrap this up.
This was not a good subplot.
I think they only mentioned it 1 or 2 times. Where's Nikki and Paulo? Afterwards, after Nikki and Paulo died.
Yeah,
other than that, that's about it.
It's wild that we never brought up ever with talking about It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
What?
Rob Mack, he was in 2 episodes of Lost.
Oh yeah,
One
yeah,
in
yeah.
season 3 and one in season 6.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very, very true. That is actually shocking because when I saw him for the very first time, because I was a huge It's Always Sunny fan first, but when I saw him for the first time in Lost, it's always one of those moments you're like, no way, like
Yeah, right.
wait a minute here, dude. Like, and I mean, it's so funny because at first I actually had to like rewind it because you're watching an episode, you're getting more into like other things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For my first time, and I'm watching them so rapidly in succession. I'm like, I am encased and lost.
Oh yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Sometimes 3 or 4 days. You know what I mean? If I watch it, like, there was times I'd come up from work and as soon as I get home, eating dinner, I'm watching an episode of Lost.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I'm just cleaning the house, watching an episode of Lost. But I don't clean the house. I just sit there in my chair watching Lost. You know what I mean? So doing that over and over and over again, it's bedtime. Now I'm going to sleep watching the last part of my last episode of Lost. Like it just keeps building up more and more.
Oh yeah. Jessica actually, when we first started dating, it was like, do you watch Lost? She's like, no. But I've always wanted to watch Lost. I'm like, oh, that's music to my ears. Here's 5 seasons to watch before. I think it was like 2 months before season 6 started up that she had to watch the 5 seasons, and then I think she did it in 5 or 6 weeks. I know she had I let her just borrow my laptop so she could just like power watch the crap out of it,
That's awesome.
Get updated, and then she watched it live with us for season 6, which was awesome.
That's
because she even came to the theater for the Lost live event.
Oh,
she's
really?
a Lostie for sure. Yeah,
good. Hell yeah. Oh yeah.
That's love right there, man.
For sure.
Losties, but yeah, I'll have to bring over the Lost Encyclopedia sometime. It's absolutely amazing.
Oh. Okay, yeah, definitely.
But Breaking Bad.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Okay, so that's what I was going to tell you about Breaking Bad, because that is the epitome of amazing writing. Like that there are few shows that would ever dethrone that. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, definitely.
And El Camino. You watch that? Jesse Pinkman?
Yes.
Oh,
yep.
Man.
Yeah.
That was like a total different closing I didn't realize I needed, man. Like, we just watched it, and I know it's been out for a little while, but we just watched it, and I was like, why did it take us so... It was like watching Breaking Bad again, dude. Oh, my God. I loved it.
I mean, there was... At one moment, I think... I mean, it wasn't like... It was like in the middle. I was conflicted. I'm not gonna lie. There was like parts of it I was just like kind of like thrown back by. Just not to like thrown back by, but like I just didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I was going to. But then once again you get involved in the show and then the movie again, and then you're like, oh wait a minute, right? You start realizing more. You put more of like some of the pieces together, and you see the whole thing, and then. Fantastic. It's almost
dude.
That's it, dude. It really was good.
I mean, it's been out for a while. Spoilers, all right?
For sure, yeah.
If you're watching this show or listening to this show, just spoilers. Watch stuff,
yes.
Okay?
That's true.
We'll try not to spoil anything that's recent, but this isn't all that recent.
No. If you're a fan, I think you've already seen it.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
You should have. Gosh.
I think you're late to the party.
Yeah, I was way late to the party, and I
for sure.
Hey, man, I've had a kid, okay?
Yeah, I get it.
The backlog is intense. That's why we're so excited to, have a few days off where it's just us, and we're gonna watch a few movies, get caught up. Obviously, enjoy a little, sleep-in time, but it'll be our 5-year anniversary. So, very excited. Very excited. 5 years.
Very, 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 very. That's crazy. That's awesome, man.
I love it.
That's big time.
Big time. Speaking of that wonderful woman, for my birthday, I got this amazing poster. And I know if you're listening, you can't see it right now. But if you make your way over to the YouTube episode, you can see it in the background here. It's beautiful. It's Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind art poster. Like somebody actually drew it and colored it, and and created it an inspiration of. And it's so crazy because it still blows my mind. Like 8 or 9 years ago, I was thinking about like, oh, I'm gonna fill my office with all the inspirational movies that are my absolute favorite. But I didn't want like the traditional poster from the studio, where it's got like the
Oh,
all the
yeah.
writing on it and everything. I wanted something, and then I didn't realize what minimalist. I didn't realize what that was. And
Okay.
so like a minimalist poster, where it kind of tells a different story. Or, I mean, it tells the story without having to put
A bunch
the
of things on it.
studio stuff
Absolutely.
all over it.
Yeah.
And I stumbled upon, like, this poster here, I stumbled upon about 8, 9 years ago, and I was just like, oh, wow, for not being into posters, it felt like a little expensive. But I just didn't realize, like, the actual, I mean, that's somebody's art that they,
Oh,
what I mean?
yeah.
So,
Yeah, they put their time into it.
oh,
You're
yeah,
paying for
and
their
it's
work.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
And so, like a month or two ago, I searched it up. I was like, you know what? I love this movie so much. She loves this movie so much. Like, I want that poster. I don't care, And so I looked it up and we found it, and man, there's only 60 made, and after the one we got, when I looked, there's only one left. I'm like, oh man, I'm so excited.
That's crazy.
So that we actually got it in the frame today, and I love it. So there's like I know you've seen it up close where you see like these like this matter coming out of her head,
Yeah.
like floating away, and then a small amount of matter coming out of his head, and it's amazing because she would have the larger amount of matter because she's already had it done, and he's having a little bit come out because he's still fighting to keep it. Oh my gosh, I love that movie so much.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it's Michelle Gondry with a Charlie Kaufman script. Amazing. Fantastic. If you haven't watched it, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's a different side of Jim Carrey.
It is, and and you know me. I'm a huge Jim Carrey
Oh
fan.
yeah, you're a huge Jim Carrey. Do you like him in his like more serious stuff? You ever see like The Number 23?
I mean, there's been like, I enjoyed it. I'm not saying that like I loved him. I think I do love him as an actor, as a comedian actor. I mean, I grew up to, I'm just gonna say it, Liar Liar,
Liar,
So
I'm
that is
kicking my own ass.
Yeah. Do you
Do you
mind?
mind? Yeah.
One of my favorite parts. I turned it on the other day. It was on TV. I turned it on, and the pen part came up. Man, I don't want to get too sidetracked.
Oh, the pen is
the pen. Yeah, the pen I hold in my hand is royal blue. Just the way he says it makes me laugh. Like I can't help it. Like
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the stuff is very.
Oh, he's
it's
very
childish.
convincing that this.
Oh, man.
This possession has happened.
Oh, absolutely. And then that, I mean, it's just so good. And like him, never mind, I can just keep going on about that movie. I love Liar Liar.
Oh, yeah. Jim
Anyways,
Carrey's amazing.
for sure. So, but that's what I grew up on. So that's why I think like with the Eternal Sunshine movie, seeing him do that, and I can laugh and enjoy Jim Carrey by his facial expressions, by his small things.
Oh,
Those
yeah,
make me laugh. You know what I mean?
You could
That's
be
what
doing
it
the
is.
most
So, like,
basic thing, and you're just laughing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't have to hysterically laugh. If I'm chuckling, enjoying myself, I'm enjoying the movie in general. And then you put the aspect of the what happens between those two and themselves. Oh,
Oh yeah,
and-
it's
I mean, just so you know, I did not watch this movie. Okay, once again, until I hung out with you for whenever after we met, you said something about the movie.
which I
I
always
watched it
do.
afterwards.
If I'm talking
Well,
to somebody
exactly.
for the first time, it normally just comes up.
I was
Have you
gonna say,
seen
and there's-
Eternal Sunshine?
Yeah, absolutely. As I say, there's
looks-
3 more things that will eventually come out this episode. I know it.
Yeah, there's a few. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. So with that, like that's what it really, sometimes you're like, that makes me mad. I didn't see it, and this was one that I could chalk up that I did not enjoy myself before. Like, I mean, obviously you get movie recommendations from friends, obviously, you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
So, but after that, but there's things that I should have caught it beforehand,
Yeah,
And I didn't.
It came out in 2004. It got a
Mm-hmm.
standing ovations. Now it didn't like I don't think it did massively well in theaters, but um, it's just like a sleeper movie. Like you're like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. I've never even heard of that. It's like once you've watched it, you're like, whoa, what other movies are out there that are that deep and quirky and interesting and so well acted, and the dialogue and everything that happens in the backgrounds, and oh my god, it's not a simple story whatsoever. Like it's
No.
and it's so beautiful. And Kate Winslet, man, that's she is like the best actress out there, man.
No.
She is awesome.
Yeah, she really, really is. And once again, I think she's one of those. To me, she's not a not a not. I mean, she's a great actor. She plays her parts very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think like once again, she's a sleeper. Just like you said about the movie.
Yeah,
I
you
don't
you,
think she
you
gets-
start
sometimes gets the
realizing like
recognition that she
the
does.
hits, like she's in all
Yeah.
these. I'm like, well, yeah, she's excellent in all these. I mean,
Yeah,
have
for
you ever
sure.
seen Revolutionary Road with Kate Winslet and Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh yes, I have. Yep.
Oof.
Yeah.
I saw that in theaters, and man, when they would yell and argue, I'm on the edge of my seat. I believe these two, like
Yeah.
their
100%.
chemistry is on. I would. So Sam Mendes is the one who directed Revolutionary Road, and those Kate Winslet and Sam Mendes were married at that point. And I'm like, I would never put her
No.
and Leo in the same room together. No. Married? No.
No, not today.
Stay away, Leo. You stay away.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Leo.
Yeah, hound dog. You stay
Yeah.
away.
They do scenes separate. I'm
But then there's The Reader, which was absolutely phenomenal, and she's been in so much. But Eternal Sunshine is my all-time favorite movie. Just it has everything. It's so perfect. But Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey together, you'd never think it. Like who's in it? Jim Carrey and Kate Winslet. Wow. Oh, and Mark Ruffalo, and Elijah Wood. You know,
Yeah.
Elijah Wood's kind of creepy in that movie. You know.
He is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
He definitely
But
is.
Mark
yeah.
Ruffalo, a little scrawny Mark Ruffalo, not Hulk Mark Ruffalo, you know, little MCU treatment. I know your character's CGI, but I know you're ripped under there.
Yeah, sure. A little bit.
Like Tony Stark's like the only, or Robert Downey Jr. is the only one who's like, I can let myself go. You know, I just put
Yeah.
a suit on.
That's fine.
That would be funny. Instead of Fat Thor, it was Fat Iron Man, you know? He doesn't fit in
Yeah,
his suit
recreate all
anymore. He's got to wear the Hulkbuster suit because it's the only thing that fits him. That's funny. But
Don't
yeah,
judge me.
you would never think, like, hey, Winslet and Jim Carrey. Wow, that's an
for
interesting
sure.
duo. And
It is. Yeah.
so an interesting thing in that movie, there's a scene where Joel and Clementine, which, you know, that's my daughter's name, which is awesome. Clementine. They go outside and there's that like parade. He's wearing like
Okay.
that space sweater and he's like pretending to be like an elephant and there's like that parade going through. That they were actually filming and then they were like, what is happening outside? And they saw the parade coming down. And they're like, I know Joel and Clementine, they would enjoy this, and they just started filming. And it's just really cool to, you know, I mean, I don't know what, you know, what it takes, obvious. I mean, we've made some 48-hour film projects, but we never,
for
like,
sure. Yeah.
you know.
No, we're not making blockbuster films.
Yeah, we're not making full production movies, but I couldn't imagine, like, that would be so cool to just, like, ad-lib like that.
Oh, definitely.
You know.
Definitely.
But Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Obviously, I could talk about it forever. I won't
was
spoil
gonna
that one because
I try not to go too many details.
Yeah.
That's why, like when I was trying to explain it, I'm like, I don't want to go too crazy with it because it's a movie that, I mean, I just don't want to ruin it because then truthfully they were not going to go watch it. I want you to watch it.
I want you to watch it. Like, have you ever watched Memento from Christopher Nolan?
I don't know. I think you said something to me before. I have to look it up
Oh,
because it sounded familiar, but I don't know if I actually. I truly don't know. I'm gonna say no, but it sounds so familiar. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, it's insanely well done, and it's like the second movie he ever directed, and he, it's amazing. It's like the end is the beginning, and
It's one of
the
those
beginning is the
movies.
end, and it goes in reverse, and it's incredible. It's incredibly well done. But what I'm getting at is if anybody listening has watched Memento and you really enjoyed that, you would definitely enjoy Eternal Sunshine. It's still it has like those quirky things
Yeah.
and whatnot. Charlie Kaufman though, he wrote Eternal Sunshine. This dude is a mastermind. He wrote Adaptation, which was with Nick Cage, where he plays Charlie Kaufman and his twin brother, which I don't think actually exists in real life. And he writes himself in the movie. He writes himself into the movie he's writing. It is astounding the layers that this man can go. But Adaptation, Chris Cooper, Meryl Streep, Nick Cage, dude, that's
I don't think. Once again, I don't think it's another one I saw. But
yeah. So because they're obviously not like blockbuster movies where they're plastered everywhere. Obviously, I mean these movies have come out a long time ago as well too. When you might not have been paying attention to movies, but
see, that's the one thing. Well, I mean, I actually worked in a movie store, for a while.
then you should know about these movies.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying, but the thing is like that's when movie stores were like they're a little more prevalent, I guess is the word I'm looking for. So, but people went there all the time and actually bought movies, then we wouldn't get them back. And that's all those were just tax write-offs for us. So, we need the movie back, throw the case away, move space for the next one.
Stolen goods or something.
Oh, exactly. So, do you know that I did not have the Eternal Sunshine in my store because the fact that we brought it in twice and it got stolen?
Well, it's that good. I would.
I'm just saying.
I have it on DVD, Blu-ray, and digital.
Yeah. Wait, did you come to? No, I'm just kidding.
I have. There's some movies where I'm like, this is comical. I have any medium that could be played within these decades. So I have Braveheart on VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and digital. I've got Titanic on VHS, DVD, and Blu-ray. Not digital yet. That's coming.
That'll be there.
Which Leo and Kate. Oh my God! If you're a Titanic hater, whatever. I love that movie. but
let's just move on from. I'm just
oh
kidding.
yeah, we'll move on. Okay. Anyway, so
no. I do love Titanic. I'm just kidding. But
Kate Winslet, man, she's an amazing actress. Possibly even I would say underutilized in the last 5 years. She should be getting.
Maybe she don't want to.
Maybe that is true.
Maybe she had babies and being a mom.
She did. She's definitely a mom.
Well, yeah. Well, I'm just saying maybe she had like more babies. She wanted to be a mom for a while.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? Instead of being in movies.
You never know. I mean, she can tweet at us and tell us.
Yeah. I mean, I would appreciate it.
Yeah, I would appreciate it. But yeah, so Eternal Sunshine, Adaptation, add that to your list. Memento, add that to your list.
Okay. All right.
So you're going to have, like, instead of sitcoms, like, backlog. At least we've seen these sitcoms. Like, now we'll get into stuff that you haven't seen,
Yeah, for sure. I told you. There's going to be coming up. I called it earlier. I'm just going to say it. I mean, have you rewatched Hamilton yet?
No, I haven't. And we haven't been playing it on repeat. And now I'm going to tell you. So we went to a concert, 2 years ago now, December? Mm-hmm. Jessica was pregnant, actually, yeah. So we went to go see Under Oath, and Gavin Dance was the opener for Under Oath. And I had just started listening to Gavin Dance, kind of get used to like their music. That way, when we were there, that way I could at least enjoy, like,
Yeah, for sure.
And then the lead singer gets a concussion, so we had no idea what was going on. But I knew I had liked a few of their songs. But after that concert, I think for the last 2 years, I have listened to nothing but Dance Gavin Dance 95% of the time. 2 albums.
Really?
Afterburner and Mothership. Yeah, oh yeah, dude. Absolutely.
That's great. I'll listen to it a little more. I remember when we first went, I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I really did. I guess I've been, I listen to a lot of music like I'm driving and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But also if I'm on the phone, you know what I mean? I just don't think about it. I'm going to have to do that, man.
Yeah,
All
so.
right, you know what? Noted.
Yeah, right. Noted. So
Yeah.
we have Spotify, and now I'll whatever Jessica's playing, or if we have the radio on, or in the car. I mean, it's whatever. But when I put something on specifically,
Yeah.
it is 95. It might be 98% of the time. It's Dance Gavin Dance. Those 2 albums, and last 2
You did a
years,
bunch
dude,
of
it's been
albums?
insane. I'm
That's
cutting grass,
crazy.
listening to the albums just on repeat. They're phenomenal. I'm like, my ears and my brain are just constantly. They're phenomenal. Anyways, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know how I got on Dance Gavin Dance.
I don't. You brought up. Honestly, I don't remember. To be honest with you.
Well,
So
that's good, I guess.
yeah, I mean, because you want me to start talking about something totally different. We were on. I don't know.
Yeah, we were on a ton of movies.
Yeah. What? Yeah. I don't know. Anyway.
Welcome to my brain, man.
Exactly. And you guys just entered his brain.
Yeah.
His thought process just happened to you guys
Yeah.
right here.
This might be like therapy for me.
Yeah. Yes.
I can go back and listen. Like, whoa,
Yeah.
I don't even remember talking about that because I was thinking about this while I was saying that.
Yeah. That's funny. That's awesome.
It always takes me back to It's Always Sunny when Charlie's huffing the paint and coming up with
Yeah.
Nightman, and Dennis goes, "What's going on, man?" And he's like, "I don't know, man. I don't know." Like, what's going on up there? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, that is. So speaking of It's Always Funny, Sunny.
It's
I
always
have a little,
funny. That's such a funny.
Yeah, it's always fun. Exactly. Yeah. So I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here on my couch, and all of a sudden, I had my TV on, and I turned my TV off because I thought I heard something in the back. So I just turned the TV off. I was just like listening for a second, and then so I pull my phone out. All of a sudden, come blaring through my neighbor's wall. Guess what? It's Always Sunny came on, and I'm like,
that's
whoa,
awesome.
It's Always Sunny. And
What
he's like,
episode? I'll put it
whoop,
on.
it's so funny. Like, so we communicated for 1 second through the walls. It was awesome.
That's
dude. It was
really
so
cool.
funny.
You should have like, you
Not
want to
really,
listen
but-
in stereo? I'll put the same one on.
Yeah, let's go.
That's awesome.
I try to invite him on, and you're not into it yet.
There should be like almost like a chat room type of thing for Netflix, Hulu, right? Like, say you're watching
Yeah.
a show and somebody enters the lobby and you're laughing, and I don't know, like it's almost like an audience, like
For sure, yeah.
this
definitely.
is in front of us. I mean, it's also creepy. I'd be
Could
muted. Obviously, I wouldn't participate, but
Well,
it's an
yeah.
idea,
Yeah, it's fun to watch. You're welcome, Netflix.
Yeah, if anybody wants to coin that, I mean, I'll take it. I'll take a buck
Well,
or two.
absolutely. But then, so if you think about it, if you add social media into different things, like when, I literally was just going to say his name, the hottest guy in the office,
Oh, Ryan.
Ryan. When you
Woof.
put social media into the website, no.
Oh.
Remember
Oh.
when he put that in there? There's bad things that happen.
There
I'm
are
just
some
saying, and
bad things that happen.
bad things that happen. So you got to think about it that way too.
That is true.
It
They
could
probably
get
want to have the
weird.
least amount of social aspect to it. Got it. Now that makes sense.
Okay, so let's not note
Humans
that
can
one.
be awful. Got it.
Yeah,
Got it.
Terribly.
Check that
terrible
off.
human beings. Exactly.
Yeah. Now I
Um,
have seen where, like, you could wear like a VR headset and join like a theater, and like
Oh, that'd be sweet.
other people, like you not in the same room, like you could just meet up online.
Okay.
And I
yeah,
thought, like,
I mean,
man, during COVID, that would be the coolest way to go to the theater with your friends.
Yes. 100%.
Oh, hey
That
guys,
would be sweet.
where do you want to sit? Oh, the theater's ours, Because
That'd be cool.
Cause
I mean, I would just like spitballs at you the entire time, but
you like hire somebody to come over to my house and throw. Ew, COVID, man, I'd be really mad.
Dude, it's water.
Spitball.
And they would sit 6 feet away from you to shoot you in the face with it, okay?
Ugh. You can't do that stuff
welcome.
anymore. I'll charge you.
We'll talk about it.
We'll tell you. That's part of the discussions.
Yeah, but okay. So speaking of The Office, though,
Yeah.
since I did do my homework,
Yeah.
from this one, I'm just gonna. You picked the episode, so I'm just gonna, let's talk about it for a second.
Yeah.
All right.
Survivor Man.
Survivor Man, The Office.
Yeah,
bring him out. Thank you.
Yeah. Here, it's a little bright, so maybe.
Yeah, there it is. Nice. I mean, you really can't see the jeans very well, but I mean, it is the jeans are wrapped around. Let's turn him around.
Yeah,
so
I'll turn him around because that's not the bandana or anything. That's his pants.
That's his pants.
That's his pants. That's his jacket. As his. We're we're showing off the Funko Pop of Survivor Man, Michael.
Yes. What's on his head?
His pants.
Yeah, his pant leg is on his head.
Yeah, and it's awesome. His pants are on his head. His jacket is kind of like his little scarf.
Yep.
One thing I gotta say about that episode, and I think I tried looking it up before, and I don't remember what I found out. But when Dwight hits him in the head with that shoe, man, it looks like he actually hits him with that shoe.
I agree. I totally agree. That's a shoe that he literally took off of his foot.
Yeah.
And smacked him in the head with it.
Hard, like it looked like it hit hard too.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. And I think his reaction was kind of real, because he was blindfolded. If you remember, I mean,
that's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So dong, you know what I mean? Even if you know it's coming, you don't know it's coming.
Yeah, it's still, that's still gonna hurt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that. Yeah. So what do you got?
Okay, so I just want to bring up one point, okay? Because obviously it doesn't matter, but there's something that I wrote down as a talking point for me that I think is absolute heritage because we brought it up in our last podcast, okay?
Okay.
So do you remember how we talked about, remember when David and Jim were having the conversation about getting hired in New York? Do you remember this? And remember Jim, and then the HR rep walks behind Jim.
Yeah.
And says, that's our HR guy.
He's the worst guy in the office.
Yeah, that's the only guy you won't like in the office, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
so Jim just laughs about it, okay? In this episode, this is also the same episode where that happens with Michael, and then the birthday thing happens back at the office, where they try to do a community birthday for everybody.
Oh, that's right, because Jim's left in charge. That's right.
Because Jim's left in charge, right? So then Jim sits in Michael's office, all right? And then remember Toby walks in? And starts talking to Jim about he wants it to be his birthday too, right? So he's like, my birthday was 2 months ago. He goes, and we had a party at 4:45 on a Friday because he get off at 5. Nobody wants to be there, right? So that's what Michael did for him. And then also the next scene, you're like, and then Jim's like by himself doing like a interview or whatever. And he's like, I gotta say, I really like Toby sometimes, but gosh, he can get real under your skin. Instantaneously, as soon as Jim's in charge, he hates the HR rep. It was just so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Because I never realized that before. You know what I mean? You just think it's like, oh, he's just talking. But then you see that scene. We just talked about it. And I'm like, wait a minute. This is hilarious, dude. I just
funny.
love the fact that nobody likes HR in the office. You
that's
know what
a funny observation.
That's so funny.
Like, you don't care about them when you're just sitting doing your job of sales, but like you're in charge and like you just get that guy sucks.
That guy sucks, Okay, so... Okay, all right. So something that I thought was funny that at first I didn't catch this part. I ended up rewinding it because I missed another part that I thought the question that I had. I think I just questioned it. Okay, when I first watched this episode, so I went back and then re-listened to it. So Toby So where does Toby sleep? I'm just gonna ask you. Remember, you were at the very beginning of this thing. So I'm gonna try to set you up because you didn't watch this episode right before.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to set you up for it. So Toby. Remember Ryan invites everybody and from like the surrounding area, and then Toby to the camping trip, and that's why Michael does a Survivor Man, because he's going out to be the Survivor Man because
he wasn't invited to the camping trip.
He wasn't invited to the camping trip. Okay. to the wilderness retreat
Yeah.
is what Toby calls it, right? So where did Toby sleep? Okay, at this camping event.
Oh, I don't.
See, that's the thing. It sucks. It sucks because you don't know it because you didn't just watch it. Like Pam asked him, says, "Oh, did you guys rent cabins down there?" And then literally his
I
response
slept under
is,
the stars.
slept under the stars, right?
Yeah.
For some reason, I didn't catch it. Like
No,
you know,
no.
like,
All you
I
had to
didn't-
say was what you had said. What Pam? You led me right into it. I remember
gotcha,
saying that.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
I would have gotten there
For some
eventually,
reason-
but yeah, I slept under.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
He slept under the stars.
Yeah.
He didn't say he slept in a tent. He didn't say he slept in anything. He's like, I slept under the stars
Yeah,
and it was beautiful.
he makes it. Yeah, he
You
makes
know,
it sound so like dreamy and everything, and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
just pisses Michael off even more.
Nobody cares, Toby.
Why don't you stab yourself in the skull with a letter opener?
Well, I know that's so funny. How many birthdays how many birthdays? I'm asking this a general question.
Oh, yeah,
'cause,
you're
I mean,
good.
if you think about it, but how many birthdays does The Office have a year? Like how many birthday parties? I mean, sorry, how many birthday parties does The Office have a year? See, this is like this one. I think if you sat back and named every character,
Yeah, you'd get it.
then you can guess it.
Right,
Exactly.
so-
So like,
Kevin, Creed, Meredith, Angela, Oscar, Stanley, Dwight, Phyllis, Andy, Michael, Jim, Pam. Am I missing anyone?
yeah. Did you, Kelly?
Oh yeah, Kelly, Toby, Ryan.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. So it's funny because they actually miscount in this show. That's the funny part. So that's why I wanted to ask you this question, because they say 13. They've had 13.
How many did
So
we
I'm like,
just
oh,
count?
that's crazy. Well, then all of a sudden, but then I started thinking about it, I'm like, wait a minute. You know what I mean? I sat there and named every single person. And I'm like, that's weird. Because I think we hit 15 with Ryan, Kelly, and Toby. You're at 12. So then I'm like, that's really weird. I don't understand that. So why? I mean, because they still celebrate Toby's birthday. So I understand like counting Toby out because they do it at 4:45 on a Friday, right? So I understand that one a little bit. So but then you're still at 14, including Kelly, because you have to include Kelly.
Right.
I mean, you have to include everybody else in the entire thing. They have a party for. You know what I mean? The only other person would be like Creed, but then Creed doesn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like Creed actually, he's not a silent character, but then actually in this episode, this is his birthday.
Right.
He gets his peach cobbler.
You're
you know
not
what I mean?
real,
Like, that's what
man.
he gets. Exactly. So like with that, you know what I mean? I mean, so it's like I just don't. To me, it was a very weird thing. But they make it specific. They say it like 3 times in this one part of this episode. In the episode, and I'm like, they keep saying 13, dude.
That's
It's
funny.
not 13. You know?
That's weird. Yeah, that's funny.
So that's why it's funny. That was just another talking point I wanted you to just think about yourself and to make sure that I was. Obviously, I'm right because I can just name every character sitting there. So
Yeah,
you know what I
and-
mean. Like,
and,
just go around the room.
Unless they're Jehovah Witness and don't celebrate a birthday.
That's true. That's very true. Maybe, and that could be what it is. You know what I mean? But at the same time, they just don't make that specific. Because
Right.
They do say that we celebrate 13 birthdays a year. That's what they said.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, what the hell? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
that's
okay.
yeah.
Somebody's just too old and they don't do that anymore.
Leaving
so.
somebody out.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you this one. See if you remember this one or not. So Michael, when he goes to be a survivor man, okay, he goes out and he says, "All I need is duct tape and a knife." Right.
Mm-hmm.
When he shows up and Dwight's done spinning him around and taking him through bushes and stuff, you know what I mean, trying to get him out in the wilderness. There's something else that he has in his hand. Do you know what it was?
Camera.
Nope. So that's one thing that you don't count for that he talks about. But I didn't count that because obviously they have to make up something for part of the show. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I guarantee that probably the documentary people gave it to him. As I'm assuming, right? Let's just say it that way, right? So, but there's something else that he has in his hands that they never ever bring up at all.
This is like a power bar or something like that.
It's a bag of peanuts.
That's funny.
So then I'm like, they never say it. Even like Michael comes up and like he's talking about it in the office at the very end.
Bag of
And
peanuts.
they never say it. At one scene, he's actually eating the peanuts, and they don't talk about it. He's like, I'm out in the wilderness. I haven't had food for 3 hours, but you also have a bag of peanuts that's sitting right next to you.
3 hours. I mean, come on, man.
I know. He goes, I'm really starting to feel it, guys. He's like, what's it been? He looks at the stars. I'm at the sun. It's in the eastern quadrant, so we're about 2 o'clock. It's so funny. And he's like, oh man, it's been about 3 hours since I've had my last bite of food. It's just so good. It's just awesome.
Ridiculous.
Good old Michael, man. I know. This is the jealous Michael. So
Yeah.
I love the episode. I'm jealous. I'm kind of not jealous, but I wish you would have watched it because this would have been a very good episode to talk about. It's
Yeah,
so funny,
so
man.
my wife and I are on vacation this week, and I woke up and was like, I don't know when I'm gonna fit that in, and
Well, absolutely. I mean, the trivia thing, I am totally, but
oh
I
no,
just feel
yeah.
But dude, I mean, it's not majority of the show, but I could just quote it like word for word as we keep going because I just watched it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Survivor, man.
Yeah.
Hey, he's a lucky guy to have Dwight.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, I mean, at the very end of the show, I don't care if I'm spoiling it or not. You needed to watch it 10 years ago, but
Yeah, right.
but at the very end when Michael walked in to Dwight's wedding, it was like, because I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think he was coming.
That's what she said.
I thought they were gonna cut Michael out.
Dude, that was perfectly timed too.
Dude,
You didn't think he
man.
was coming. That's what she said.
Oh, dude, look at you, man.
I don't,
don't
I'm a
get it.
corny guy.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
funny.
that. I liked when he showed up at Dwight's wedding at the end. I'm like, oh man.
Well, I know. Well, me
Thank
too.
you.
No, I enjoyed it a lot. Absolutely. I'm saying that it was one of those things. I'm like, I didn't think it was coming. So
Yeah,
like,
I didn't either. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It was so sweet.
Yeah.
So cool. And looking like an older Michael.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly.
Truthfully, yeah, for sure.
A calmer older Michael, but
Yes.
still,
I think Holly
that's
did
what she
so
said.
much. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, definitely.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh man, that was awesome. Fantastic. I'm pumped that you just did that. Actually.
That's what she said.
Yeah, that made me laugh. That made me.
that just amped me up. I'm gonna watch The Office after this. Speaking of The Office, it says nothing to do with The Office. You watch John Oliver?
Well,
Trying to get your bingo
that's
sheet
a good
filled
segue.
out.
What's that?
Trying to get your bingo sheet filled out real quick.
Oh, it's alright. I mean, you got 2 more.
Yeah, right. So we already talked about Hamilton, and my goodness, that was so enjoyable. Oh, my point on all that with the Dance Gavin Dance, man. Oh, wow, this takes us way back.
Dude. Yeah,
This
bring
is-
it back. I like it.
I'm bringing it back. I'm going to close this conversation out right here. There were days that Jessica would say, hey, whatever, I don't want to say Google because then it'll activate. But
Yeah, that's true.
she'll say those 2 magic words and say, play Hamilton, the soundtrack. And I wouldn't stop her. And I'm listening. I'm singing along. I'm enjoying it. I'm having a good time. I didn't listen to Dance Gavin Dance for like 3 days. And then one day I was cutting grass and I almost put on the Hamilton soundtrack. But then I broke the spell. I broke it with the Dance Gavin Dance.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, don't be wrong. I mean, it's probably good. So we have a buddy, and his wife and 2 daughters absolutely love it.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I was going over. I stopped over the other day, and throwing some cornhole, and all of a sudden he asked me if I wanted a little with a taco. So I go in there and have a taco, and I'm making it. I'm not paying attention to anything, and all of a sudden the girls just bust out in song and dance, and like, why? At first I didn't even know that they're dancing. I just heard they're singing. Right? I'm used to that because everybody over there sings besides their buddy. Right? You know what I mean? Besides him, he does. No, everybody else is just jamming all the time. So I'm just and all of a sudden I turn around and she's I standing on top of what am I thinking of, a step stool. That's the word I was looking for, and she's getting it, and then her sister's getting it too. Just she's in the living room. I mean, just dance. I mean, and they're little, so they are going I mean, full spread, like, dancing around and spinning, and it was funny because I just, what I mean, I continue making my tacos. You know what I mean? I can listen, and I just, what I mean. They're, anyways. So I started doing that, and then the wife comes down and she just goes, belches out whatever part of the song's coming out. It was so funny.
They're just like,
I loved it, man. It was so
they're
good.
just chilling there, reenacting the whole thing.
Oh, absolutely. So my point to that was, though, is the songs that I heard, I did enjoy, though, right? They were not bad songs. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
I mean,
so, but I mean, that's just listening to something than not.
no, yeah, you have no idea the content that it even goes in with. I mean, it was so cool. Like,
Are you a musical fan now?
what?
Are you a musical fan?
No, not until. All right, so I can't say I'm not a musical fan. I'm not a big play guy. I'm not a big musical guy that I know of. I'm not like the dean. This better not awaken anything in me. Anyways, no, there's some musicals that I liked. Obviously, when I was a kid, I enjoyed Charlie and Chocolate Factory, although I don't really consider that a musical.
No.
There's some singing there, but I'm guessing I liked Sound of Music and stuff like that. But I'm not a big, like, I don't like Moulin Rouge. I don't want to watch Chicago. No, thank you. But Across the Universe, that was awesome. But that's all Beatles music, and I love Beatles music. So
okay.
that to me was totally different. It was really cool. In Grease, actually, I freaking quote Grease all the time. I watched that movie a ton when I was a kid, probably because my mom had it on or whatever too. But that was a good movie, and that's ingrained in my head. So I can't say that I'm not a musical guy, but they're not my go-to. But man, we just watched La La Land the other day, and I was blown away. That was like half movie, half musical. But Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling they're phenomenal actors, and just it was amazing. And what one hell of a movie. So like that would be one that I would say definitely check out. Now plays, I obviously enjoyed plays in high school when I was working behind the scenes.
Yes, definitely.
But I probably wouldn't have been one who bought a ticket and sat there and watched it. I enjoyed the behind the scenes. I wouldn't be in it, I'll tell you that.
No.
And but then I had walked in. Jessica was watching it, and I had walked in, and I'm like, I found myself standing there for like 5 minutes. I'm like, oh wow, this is like really entertaining. This is really good. So the very next day, when she's like, I just want you to watch like the first song, I'm like, all right, whatever. If it gets you to stop talking about it, whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
And then I was like, don't turn it off. Our daughter's sleeping. Don't turn it off. Keep it on. This is good. Let's.
That's funny.
So we ended the first act, and I'm like, all right, when she goes to bed tonight, we're finishing this, And I'm like, man, that's so good.
Is it long?
I think it's like a little over 2 hours.
Okay.
So
like an hour per. Is it hour per scene? Is that what it is? I mean, not scene.
Hour per half or whatever. I don't remember how they broke it up, but I think it was a little over 2 hours. But it was just like really cool because halfway through you're kind of like, wow, I guess I really didn't know much about Alexander Hamilton and like all the stuff. Like when you think of founding fathers, you think of like George Washington and Thomas Jefferson, and maybe you think of Alexander Hamilton, maybe you don't. But you definitely will after this because you're going to be like, wow, this dude did a lot.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
I
want
to give it a shot, bro.
And they don't glorify his life. They go into like his infidelity with his wife and some other things too. So they don't make him into some angel. But they do. Credit is due. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our whole entire financial system is basically created by that dude, which is pretty incredible for being back then. But what else is on the bingo? Watchmen? You watch Watchmen yet?
Nope. Done.
Yep.
Bingo.
That's bingo. Yep. So John Oliver, Hamilton, Watchmen. Is that it? That's all we got now.
Yeah. Well, that's the three. That's the three big
That's
ones.
the three. Yeah,
That's
that's the three big ones.
Yeah.
Because we haven't even started talking about Interstellar. I'm gonna. All right. I'll talk about Interstellar next episode. Not this
Yeah,
one.
for sure. That's fine. Yeah. No.
Not this
That,
one.
that's like an episode itself.
That may be
Yeah.
like just an. Oh goodness.
Yeah.
Chris Nolan, thank you for just being alive.
Yeah. Truth.
Yeah, right. It's like Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, #1 movie of all time. Interstellar, it's always nipping at Eternal Sunshine's heels. It's always like I'm gonna bite at him because I'm coming for him. That's how
true.
good Interstellar is. Interstellar is like I should be #1. I'm trying to get there. Anyways, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, dude, just say it's your favorite. Then it's like, but it's not.
Exactly.
Eternal Sunshine is. Interstellar's just trying to get there, all right?
Yeah.
But Mr. Nobody. I don't know if you watched that one yet. Jared Leto. I have it on the Voodoo, and we've watched this a long time ago. Actually, the song that we danced to when we got married to is from that movie, and it's an astounding movie, all about choice and the repercussions of choice or lack thereof. What could have been, every choice has a split path. You know what I mean? And you follow that path. Every choice branches off, and there's so many branches. What if you didn't make a choice? But anyways, it's fantastic. But anyway, the guy's name is Nemo. So the movie's called Mr. Nobody, and Nemo actually translates to, I'm not sure what language. Don't ask me that. But it translates.
You said it.
Yeah, I know. But Nemo actually means nobody.
Oh.
So Mr. Nobody is nobody. His name is Nobody.
Like the faceless man.
Like the yeah, but he's got a face though. The faceless man. Hey, great 7 seasons of that, right? It's like Fight Club. We don't talk about season 8 of Game of Thrones.
I'm still waiting for an ending.
Yeah. When are they ever going to come out with season 8 and wrap everything up? The last thing I saw, Jamie Lannister was heading towards the
say it.
Yeah, the Starks. Where are they at? Winterfell. Whoa. It's been a little bit of time, I guess.
Yeah,
I think the funniest thing about us watching that last finale was when like Clementine would just be like mad and she'd just be yelling through the whole thing, and it was like, guys, this is just her telling us we're gonna be really mad and disappointed by this episode.
She already called it. She called it.
Yeah. I think it'd be like more heartbreak if Endgame didn't come out at the same time Game of Thrones did, because it was like, at least there's still this huge content that I'm waiting for,
Absolutely, definitely. Yeah. I mean, you're right. Because I actually didn't realize it before, but that probably was a huge helping hand.
Yeah,
for us on that
we had so much thought process going to what's going to happen in Endgame. How are they going to do this? And then it was like, well, season 8 of Game of Thrones coming out. I am pretty excited about that.
Well, season 8 didn't happen.
We don't need to get into that. So Interstellar next time. But this is kind of like I would say our new format. Let's say
Absolutely.
Got some things we want to talk about.
Yep.
We talk about some sitcoms still. We can talk about movies, other TV shows, and I think the opening up is really what kind of why we thought about Corey and Kevin talk about nothing anyways. Because it's
absolutely. Yeah.
It's not about any one subject.
No. Absolutely not one bit. And I think that I think this is gonna expand the horizons fully. I mean, these three sitcoms that we've been doing, of course we know them top to bottom, but We're doing untouchable. We're doing untouched things, and it's gonna. I think it's gonna
Untouched,
change
you
me
make
better,
it sound
personally. Yeah,
terribly dirty, sir. We're doing untouched
that's what she
things.
said.
We're actually the first people on Mars. I'm just gonna say it. I'm
Yeah.
probably weirder than somebody from like Saturn.
Yeah.
And that's where, like, the sitcoms come into play, because it's like, there's so many quotes that I would
Oh.
just shoot out. But there are
Yeah.
so many
Absolutely.
other
Definitely.
things worthy of our attention. And I think something else that can be gained is some perspective on what movies should you be watching? What movies should you avoid?
That's
Aquaman.
true.
Avoid it.
No.
Yeah. Avoid
Listen.
it.
No. It's not terrible.
I don't have the popular opinion on this one, apparently, because people were like, "Oh man, that Aquaman sure was good," and I'm like, I think Jessica and I were 5 minutes in, we looked at each other in the theater and were like, "Oh God, this is
Yeah.
this is what this is about to be." Awesome! Like the first slow motion, he shakes his hair back and it flips
Oh.
back with all wet and everything. I'm like,
Don't get me wrong.
got it.
Those parts were not good. I'm not saying that. But I'm talking the actual story in the movie though was I mean there was funny parts and there was good parts to it. Now don't be wrong. Some of the stuff is a little bit unbelievable, I think. But that's the point
One
of the
thing
show,
that
though.
always made me mad: Amber Heard plays Mira, and when she's out of the water and she's walking around, she eats a flower, and he's like, that's not what you eat, right? And then I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
so like in water, you're supposed to be the most advanced society on the earth, and underwater, you don't have little plants, little flowers, like you just don't
That
know
is
what to do with the
true.
flower. I was like that. That's just a grab for some laughs. Did not like it. I also don't Pitbull blaring with the airplane just driving over like
Oh.
like this is just one of those Transformers movies. Like, uh, we have to go here. Oh well, our next step is to go here. It doesn't matter how we get there. A
Yeah.
helicopter actually just picks us up and flies us wherever we want to go.
That's true. And then you have
Ugh.
the superhero that doesn't want to be the superhero, and then you gotta like transformate all that in there,
I'm
and you know
half
what I mean, and
human.
second guess everything.
I don't want this responsibility, but
Yeah.
you have to, son or
Yeah.
person. I love Jason Momoa. Obviously, he was one hell of a Khal Drogo.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and I've seen him in other things where he's a good actor, and I just feel like just was not. I liked him in Justice League. I did not like him necessarily in Aquaman. I know.
Okay.
Again, I do not hold the popular belief on this because
No.
Justice League, although there are many issues with Justice League, I still enjoyed it. Batman vs Superman, there are a few issues with that, but I still enjoyed it. Aquaman, did not enjoy it. Now Wonder Woman, man, just home run right there. That movie was
Oh,
awesome.
absolutely. Definitely. I think yeah, that's a popular vote there. But
Yeah, right. Yeah, at least I
yeah.
have that one. Oh, and Man of Steel, I thought that was awesome.
Okay. Have you rewatched Aquaman?
I know. I think it's on HBO, and that is the only way that I'll rewatch it is if it's free.
For sure.
'Cause
Just give it a shot, man. Just give it one more
there's
shot.
so much
I think
other
you guys
stuff to
won it with
watch,
a
bro.
negative.
I have so much
Yeah,
other
but I
stuff to
think
watch. Do I
think
really
that
need
you
to
kinda went
rewatch
into negativity.
Aquaman?
You went into negativity.
Yeah,
though.
but dude, I still haven't even seen the last Star Wars because I absolutely hated the Last Jedi.
Oh yes.
You haven't even watched
You're
it
putting
either,
yourself
so don't even.
I know.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
That's
don't
what I'm
even.
saying.
Whoa, really, bro? Like, no, you don't even know what happens in that movie. One day I'll watch
Yeah.
it,
I get you.
but I heard it's even worse than Last Jedi. So, hey,
Yeah,
thanks for
well.
closing out the saga with garbage. Awesome. Glad we waited.
That's what they all do every time. Once again,
Yeah,
welcome back to
at least took
Game of
the
Thrones.
pleasure of or the it at least took the pain away from 1, 2, and 3, episode 1, 2, and 3 of Star Wars, because now you can watch
Yeah.
those and be like, these aren't half bad, and especially 2 and 3. But 7, I enjoyed. 8, no.
Not so much.
No.
Yeah.
Just no. And
Yeah.
but anyways.
Yes, I say. Yeah, it's once again we're diving down another hole.
Yeah,
We're right
rabbit
there.
holes everywhere.
Yeah.
We
So
won't talk about unless and that'd be fun too because obviously we have different opinions on movies
oh,
and
yeah.
if there's I would like to
We're gonna find one that we conflict on.
what's that?
We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get one that we conflict on.
Oh,
Big
absolutely. I
time.
mean, Aquaman.
Like big time.
That is
Yeah.
one that we definitely.
Well,
See, the thing is,
but
I don't want to come off like that guy, but I will recommend good stuff. Like I don't try to be like, oh, watch this terrible freaking movie, unless it's
yeah,
a total surprise
you
and we're
have good
finding out at the same time.
well, yes. So, but there's also ways that if somebody else likes a movie, sometimes
Yeah, I
you
can
don't
be a little
take
harsh.
it kindly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Yeah,
bro.
I've been trying to be better about that. Where I almost ask like prodding questions, like, "Oh, what did you
That doesn't
think?
help though.
Oh, you really enjoyed it? Sweet." And then I was just like, all right, we have nothing else to talk about, I guess,
yeah.
because I thought it was horrible. But
Yeah. But we'll get there. I mean,
yeah, we'll get there. And then if there's a movie that you have seen that I have not, I would also like that.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So I'm gonna dive in. I'm gonna dive in some thoughts.
I mean, you're really gonna have to try because
you've watched 90% of movies out there in the world, but
I've watched a lot of movies. I don't know if
Yeah,
that's a good
sure.
thing or a bad thing.
I know. So, but yeah. So I've already tried. There's a couple that I didn't think that you'd watch, and you did. So.
Oh, what, Liar Liar? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Grumpier Men.
Oh, yeah,
Grumpy
Grumpy Old Men.
for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, for
dude,
sure.
I
That's one
remember
I
watching
did not think that
those
you did,
when I
but,
was a kid.
yeah.
Those are some good movies. I just had it in my head, but I just lost it. Oh well. Oh, I was gonna tell you Parasite.
Oh,
That's like a prime example where I'm like, okay, I have to tell people about this movie because
it's not gonna get the fame of it.
I've never
Yeah.
seen anything like this. This starts as one movie, the middle's another, and then it ends in a totally like, wow, what? Like,
Yes, for
it
sure.
was so
I mean,
well
like,
done.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
I mean,
like, all right,
perfect.
I have to
It's
get
time.
this into the hands, and that's how I
Yeah.
feel about like music, or I mean, movies and TV shows. Like, that's why I'm very passionate about. Have you watched Eternal Sunshine yet? No. Okay, you might understand me a little bit more if you've watched this movie. You might be on. You might be on my level if you watch this movie.
Now I get it.
The last thing I'm going to leave you on is the science of sleep. So if you really enjoyed, and Be Kind Rewind. Sorry, two things. Anyways, see, stop working brain. But Be Kind Rewind and Science of Sleep. The Science of Sleep is a Michel Gondry movie, and it's quirky. It's got like the same quirkiness as Eternal Sunshine, where like they use practical effects and just quirky effects, but it's still like done in a captivating way.
Yeah. Okay.
Be Kind Rewind. Have you watched that?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That movie, I've always loved movies and everything, but I feel like the first time I watched Be Kind Rewind, I was like, I think I want to make movies, or at least be in some sort of facility helping movies get made. Because I was like, I watched the movie and I was like, that's all I want to do right now. I want to film stuff. I want to make movies. I want to do that. That was so much fun to watch those guys work their camera as best they could, set up scenes as best they could, and do this acting. And of course, obviously, it was hysterical. But it's like, man, that just looks so much fun. That's
absolutely. Yeah.
48-hour
Show-
film
show
project,
business.
you know?
Exactly. Yes. Absolutely. That was so much fun, and I wish I mean, I do. Well, yeah, I want to do more of those, but I mean, we'll see. It's just right now it's hard with everything. That's
Well, yeah, I know they did an at-home one, a free at-home one.
It's
That's like,
difficult. Gotcha.
what are you gonna do?
I mean,
Everybody's gonna
exactly.
be through a Zoom. Oh, real cool.
yeah. Yeah. No. So.
But yeah, so new format. We'll bring topics to the conversation. Sometimes they'll be maybe even up like newsworthy stuff. Maybe something that are like current times. Who knows?
Exactly. Whatever. We talk about nothing, which is everything.
Which is everything. In one aspect, I like that. And if you have anything that you want to talk about, anything you want us to discuss on here or give our thoughts, email us, tweet at us, let us know.
Absolutely. Yeah, the links will be in the description below.
Yeah.
So just go down there and click on it. If you enjoy it, let us know.
Yeah. Give us a little review. Give us a little comment. Like and subscribe. Let us know. Shout it from the rooftops.
Yeah.
Don't erase us from your minds.
Yeah, exactly. Don't. Ooh. Once again.
All right. So in the description, I'll also try to put all of the movies that I have recommended in the list. And let us know if you've watched them. Let us know your thoughts on them. If you disagree with me, I'm up for a debate. I'll tell you you're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. But
yeah. No, he will.
I'm a movie snob. Apparently, my friends call me a movie snob. It's a little rude, but
it offends me. But
yeah, I'll try to put those in the link, or in the comments. That way, you can tune into what's going on. Memento,
absolutely,
adaptation,
definitely.
Eternal Sunshine, Interstellar.
At least we know what we're kind of talking about. You know what I mean? At least we know those types of things.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, and then if you've never even heard of these movies before, it kind of gives you like, oh, you know what? I should check these out. This guy's maybe a little too passionate about this movie. Kind of scares me. Yeah. Maybe I won't watch this movie.
That goes on the later list, But then, we talk about Christopher Nolan, though, man. That dude's amazing. So I'm just saying.
That would be probably one person that if I met in real life, I would be Troy Barnes meeting LeVar Burton. I wouldn't know how to act because I'm like, dude, I don't even know if that you're real. You come out with some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen. I don't even know if you're real. You made
That's true.
Somebody else a really cool Batman. Not Michael Keaton cool. And that's a totally different debate too. But pretty comparable, Yeah. Christian Bale was undoubtedly a fantastic Batman.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
My favorite is just always going to be Michael Keaton. But anyways, Christopher Nolan, this is my love letter to you. Thank you for everything. Okay? Thank you.
Yes. That was cute.
I hope you get this.
Yeah, it's so funny. You can write him a letter with stickers on it.
That's you ever seen it? Yeah, right. It's
a swing and
it's gonna be like that Eminem song "Stan" or whatever.
Yeah. Oh,
where it's like, whoa, this guy's creepy. Burn these. Surreal. I don't want any evidence that I read these.
I heard nothing.
I mean, he makes casting decisions that are so different. Like when he casted Heath Ledger as the Joker, I'm like, this dude's insane. Yeah, and then I'm like,
I agree with that.
Okay, you're not insane. You obviously see something that people might not see.
That's true. You are right.
That's why I'm excited about Robert Pattinson's Batman, just because I think he's weird enough. I think he's indie enough. I think he, obviously started in some stuff, but the more you read about him, it's almost like he knew, like, okay, this is my entry point,
For sure.
Then I could just do whatever I wanted.
Yes, absolutely. And when I think he's definitely to that point. I mean,
right.
The shows. When Twilight was absolutely blew him up to the moon, I think.
Yeah, and it's like, unfortunately, that's on your resume. But you've done so many other awesome things that you could probably actually start removing that from your resume.
Well, yeah, you're definitely right. Yeah, absolutely. But think of a Star and Fatum, though, man. I mean, no matter as a grown actor that you want, but that show really.
What?
I'm not saying for myself, but it blew up. I mean.
Oh yeah. I mean,
I'm just saying.
It definitely earned a lot of money and
yes, and his fame got huge from there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? His fame really did. Now, yes, he needs to move on from that and forget about that. I'm saying I'm not saying like that shouldn't be part of his resume of like.
Yeah, because it's not his shtick. It's just like all of his
No.
choices, like he seemed to be making over these last couple of years, are interesting choices. Where like that, like dude, the Lighthouse. I know that's probably one that we would. You haven't seen it all the way through, but
No.
I think that's one that we would probably disagree on because I thought the Lighthouse was spectacular. The dialogue in that movie was astounding, and it just shows you that it can be about the actors. It can be about all those things. It doesn't have to be about CGI. It doesn't even have to be about color. It doesn't even have to be in a 16:9 aspect ratio. It could be 4:3. Like it was just like I'm gonna make something against the norm, and man, it worked for me. I thought it was awesome. Willem Dafoe, when Robert Pattinson complains about his cooking, and Willem Dafoe starts cursing him in that old English. I was just like, I was about to stand up and give him an ovation from home. I'm like, this is awesome,
That we'll see. I gotta watch it.
I mean, dialogue, bro. Think about that in like an aspect of okay, I credit is always due. Like if that's a huge CGI Endgame, for example, that the last huge battle or any of those movies that have big battles, the CGI is astounding, and that takes true talent and time and effort to put all those things together, and I think that's awesome. But undeniably, there is something else that is actor driven. You know what I mean? Like dialogue. It truly shows off the acting. Dialogue, man.
I agree. I have to watch it. I don't know.
Yeah, Lighthouse. I mean, you'll get past it. It's great. It's great. So,
but all right.
Yeah, we'll put these movies in the comments.
For sure.
We got the link tree, so you can check out
definitely
our YouTube channel, Spotify, Anchor, our website, and just drop us a line.
Absolutely.
What are your closing comments?
No, I appreciate it. I think we had I do like the new format, so we're just gonna leave it at that. I think we're gonna do this, and I'm gonna bring some. I'm gonna find me a movie that you have not seen yet. That's gonna be my goal for. I mean, it may not happen right away.
Right? Yeah, it's gonna take some texting.
Absolutely.
What about this one?
Yeah.
Sorry, bro.
So there's gonna be some time, but I will find one. And it's going to happen. That's my closing thoughts. Thank you guys for watching.
All right. Thank you, everyone.